Okay. Versatile Vigilante, Young Vince, Uncle Vinny in here with a very special guest, the man, Big Juice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Big
I
Juice.
appreciate you having me on.
My pleasure, bro. Thank you for reaching out, and I'm happy we're getting this going,
yeah,
bro.
man, we got to, you know what I mean? Real people have real conversation.
Big
you know
facts,
what I mean?
man.
So I'm
Big
excited.
facts.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too, bro. How's the day been, man?
Yo, honestly, it's been a little busy, but you know what I mean? It's good.
Yeah.
I'd rather be on the move, trying to get things done, than being docile.
100%. Those days where you got nothing to do, you miss that busyness, man.
Yo, you know what's so funny is like, you look, like I think back, I remember there was a time when like, yo, I didn't have nothing to worry about. But like, yo, what am I going to watch? Or yo, what party am I going to this weekend? You know what I mean? What lie am I going to say so I don't get, you know what I mean, in trouble when I come home 2 o'clock in the morning? Like, and now it's, yo, all of that stuff is not a worry, but bro, the worries are big. But it's all right, man. We keep, yo, as long as the way I look at it, as long as I'm breathing and my people are healthy, then I'm good.
That's it, bro. One thing at a time. When you got that, you're good.
You see
figure it out.
That's the way I that's a motto I try to live by. Yeah, one day at a time.
Me too, bro.
You know what I mean? If you look at it you know, you can look at it in the grand scheme if you want, but you're gonna constantly be living in anxiety and worry. It's just just deal with it as it comes, one day at a time. You'll get through it. Whatever it is, you'll get through it. One day at a time.
Huge facts, bro. I have a thing on my show called Cliche Gang, because every time like some fire cliches come up, and they're always so good and like, truthful. So you're Cliche Gang now. One day at a time. Classic.
I'm telling you, yo, I like that, bro. Trust, and this, yo, I tell my mans all the time, like, dog, it's a cliche because it's true.
It's been working.
It works. Yeah. Like it wouldn't be a cliche.
It's a good recipe.
Exactly, man.
So. Real shit, bro. So, yo, I was doing a little research on you, but I want you to talk a little bit about where you came up. I know you've done interviews before, but for the audience, I think that would be sick to talk about a little bit of your upbringing.
Okay. Born in Toronto. Moved out to Brampton. Was playing ball, super heavy, like super in football. Moved to Atlanta when I was 17. Was out there for about a year and a half. It's funny, I graduated in Atlanta.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and the school I graduated from is no longer in existence. Like, they tore it down 2 years after I graduated. I was just like, damn. So, I went to a school, shout out DY in Brampton. I went out there for 3 years, and then my last year I moved to Atlanta and I graduated. It was cool, but all my people graduated from up here. It's
right.
Like, yeah, I don't, it's all that life, that part of me, and what I'm doing now is separate. But either way, from Atlanta, got a scholarship, went to go play football at Furman University. It's a D1 AA school in South Carolina, Greenville. If you know what, we'll do a little thing. If anybody can tell me where Greenville is, like located in South Carolina, like northeast, southeast, whatever, holla at me. I got something for you. Like, without Googling. I don't know how I'm gonna check that anyways, but it's a little trivia. Because trust me, I didn't even know where that was until they hollered at me. But was out there for 2.5 years playing ball. Was actually a redshirt freshman, All-American, which is dope. But in my sophomore year, I found out I had a heart condition.
Okay.
And they were just like, nah, you can't play ball no more. And then from there was just, I don't want to say downhill. Oh, you can say downhill and keep it real. It was kind of downhill. You know what I mean? I said, fuck it. Came home. Didn't want to stay out there. I wasn't playing football or nothing like that. So it was just every day it was just chipping at me, and I was like, nah, I gotta get out of here. So came home, bro. Once I came home, that was I would say that was probably a good decision for me because I had to find music.
Okay.
I always did poetry. Always was into poetry when I was younger. Growing up, I did like poetry contests. Even in university, like I used to like sneak to the open mics and like that at the coffee shops and the cafeteria and spit a 1-2, right? Just because playing football and stuff like that, it wasn't cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like doing poetry and whatnot. Because I wouldn't say I wasn't rapping. I wasn't rapping. I loved music. Like, always loved music. But never thought about putting the poetry to the, you know what I mean?
Right.
Until I lost football. Had to put that passion into something else, and it was like, all right, from there, we can see what we can do with this. So I wrote my first song in university, Okay. It's funny. I wrote my first song in university after I stopped playing ball. And the guy showed it to. Funny enough, he's like, yeah, that's cool. I didn't believe him. And to this day, I know he was actually lying. I look back and listen to some of my early tracks. It's like, bro, horrible. Yeah. But either way, it gave me enough confidence to say, all right, cool. Came home, started taking it serious. Boys around me. I have a good voice. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, I could use that to my advantage. Use my poetry, my lyricism, use that to my advantage. And I love storytelling. So from there, honestly, it was just the same drive and passion I used to give me a scholarship. I just said, yo, let's switch that and use it with this rap thing. And at the same time, it helps me. Like, to this day, it helps me process what I went through. Right. It helps me get all of that out in a healthy way. So, yeah, man.
That's real shit, bro, because you went through pretty fucking traumatic experience, you know, and not even on some therapy shit, but I'm a strong believer of you need to have something healthy to do with your time.
100%.
So to find something huge.
Exactly, and that's kind of like we were just talking, excuse me, earlier, when we were saying you really and truly you want to have something to do. Yeah. You don't want to be docile. With me, I just realized, yo, I'm just high functioning with it. Like, I need to be doing something. I can't sit down and like chill. Like, even in the morning, like, I'm not the guy that can wake up and sit in bed. Like, I get up, my eyes are up. It's like, nah, I'm just sitting here thinking about things I gotta do. Yo, you know what I mean? So it's just like, let's get up and get it moving, get it rocking. Let's go. So
facts. I get ants in my pants, bro. Like if I'm sitting and for a long time, I'm like, no, I gotta go do something. I gotta run around something. Man.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
That's not vacation for me, bro.
Even if it's an idea, you know what I mean? Even if it's just an idea I have in my head, like, yeah, that would be cool. Like, I'm not just gonna sit there and say, yeah, that'd be cool. It's like, all right, I got some time. Yeah. Let's see how we can get this working. Let's see how we can work on this. So, yeah, man, honestly, for me, it's just all that energy and the passion I put into football, I just put into the music and the industry. Yeah, man. It's gotten me here to this point. You know what I mean? And sometimes I've been in the industry, I want to say, since 2018. Okay. You know what I mean? So going on 4 years now. And I look at some of the stuff I've done, like getting grants and, you know what I mean, the amount of performances, producing my own shows, doing festivals, stuff like that. It's like, yo, you've done a lot, but to me, in my mindset, you probably know yourself, it's like it's never satisfied until you get to what you imagine, right?
100%, bro. And that's an excellent point because, yo, even to relate it to football, in football, there's awards every season. Yeah. In life, there's no awards, even if you're doing some real good shit. So, yo, I think we have to, like, pat ourselves on the back a little bit, man. A little bit.
If you're doing something out there, give yourself a pat on the back. Regardless of what you're doing, whatever you're doing out there, give yourself a pat on the back. You know what I mean?
If you're doing something and rate it.
There you go. Whatever it is, as long as you ain't on your ass just living off of somebody else. You know what I mean?
It's true, man. No, that's a great spirit.
Even if you are, I don't give a damn. Get on your ass so you can pay them back. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, just get it moving, man. Because eventually, I always tell myself the way. Because especially what I went through, there was a time where it was like, oh, it's daunting. You know what I mean? But now it's got me to a point where it's motivating. Because like I look at it and I was like, yo, you got a second chance, bro. So
that's real shit, bro. You could have had.
You see it all the time. You see it all the time with athletes, right? Yeah. Like athletes, and the only way I found out was because, like I was having stomach issues. Okay. So I wasn't sure like what was going on. They didn't know, so like, all right, yo, let's get you to the doctor. Get you. I can't remember with the scope. Yeah. And then let's see what's going on in your stomach. And while I was under, they were like, yo, your EKG is off. We got to send you for some tests. So really and truly, if, you know what I mean? If that didn't happen, it could have been a different story. Because you see it all the time. Like, look at Christian Eriksen. Yeah. Happened to him. And it happens all the time in college. You know what I mean? But you don't really hear about it. So, but it's just, yeah, man. I look at it like you got a second chance. Shoot. Can't be, I always try to make sure I'm happy. You know what I mean? Even when times are down, things are rough, yo, I just look up, kind of try to experience life for what it is. Because at the end of the day, man, it's a mystery. I don't give a damn what anybody says, bro. Like, this is a mystery. You can live in fear, or you can live in wonder. It's up to you, and I choose to, sometimes, you know what I mean? You get upset, but then I get to that place where I'm just living in bliss and wonder. So, damn, man, I get to experience this. Like, you know what I mean? I have no idea what, like, people can write books and movies and everything on what life is, but at the end of the day, like, it's a mystery. Nobody knows. So it's just like, you're just living that wonder, and yo, you can't be mad for long, man. Straight up.
It's true, because that only hurts yourself. If you're mad for long, no one gives a fuck.
Bro, yo. And that's one thing is hard to learn. Yeah. I went through that, going from a football player and being like, yeah, having all these friends and people around you and this and that, and then you're not playing no more, and it's like, bro, oh, y'all don't care about me no more. Like, what's going on, right? You're going through something, and it's just like, you know what? Cool. Now I know that, and I'm comfortable with it, and I can just be me and just do what I want to do. So
real shit, bro. That's very true, and I like to have that type of conversation, because you know what it reminds me of, bro? Freedom. Yeah, no one cares, but no one cares. I can do whatever the fuck I gotta do.
Exactly. You know? I like that. I like that.
Yeah, like you're right, bro. No one gives a fuck.
If nobody cares,
but let's get it.
Exactly, because nobody's. And that's so funny. One of my boys was gonna perform the other day, and it's funny. I didn't know it was his first time performing, and he was like, "Yo, like, what do you do before you perform? Like, what do you tell yourself?" And it was literally that. I was like, "Yo, nobody gives a fuck." I was like, I told him that straight up. I was like, just remember that. Like, nobody gives a fuck. You can go out there and fuck up right now. You think they're going to wake up in the morning and say, XYZ fucked up? Fuck that. No, they don't care. So don't even worry. Just go out there, be you, have fun. If you kill it, poof, it's a plus. You know what I mean? Nice. But literally, that's what I told him. And that's what I told myself. Like, yo, you can get, you know what I mean, anxious and, nah, bro, it's excitement. I'm excited. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, nobody cares. So just, bro, have fun.
It's true, bro.
You gotta have fun, man. Because you never know. You never know. So just have fun. Be happy, man. Be happy. Stop playing. Stop stressing. Just be happy.
Real shit, bro. Yeah. When you got that news of you can't play ball no more, was it a time where you were, like, not in the best space? Like, did it take you some time to adjust?
Oh, I was in the greatest space, and that was the worst. Like, I was coming off of, like, an all-American freshman, so I'm like, yo, all right, like, you know, the whole nation is, like, the U.S. coming from Canada, I'm like, whoa, like, yo, this is big. So I'm coming off thinking, like, all right, yo, I'm starting next season. Like, I ended up starting by the end of the season, but I'm like, all right, get a full season to start, getting stronger in the gym, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, it's going to be good. So when I found out, it was kind of, what the fuck? All of that went to a halt. So that change is what messed me up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if I wasn't playing, I was on the bench, it wouldn't have been whatever. You know what I mean? But to be doing all of that and then doing nothing, it was like, boom. It was a shock. It was a huge shock to me. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm happy because at the end of the day, I got a second job. And I'm able to do the things I'm doing now. So sometimes I even forget. Like, I have an ICD. Like a defibrillator, a lot of people don't know that. But yeah, and then sometimes I honestly forget about it. Like, it's cool.
Just doing your thing.
Exactly. It gets me through the airport without getting checked like that.
So. Oh, that's fire. Yeah. Put the gas in there.
You know what I mean? It's alright, man. It's alright. I hope ain't no TSA agents watching this, though.
Yes, very true. You're not welcome.
We don't do that. We don't do that on this side. No.
No, but yeah, man. Follow all protocol.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly. All protocols, bro.
Yo, so you went to Atlanta for a little bit. You fucked with the Atlanta music when you were out there?
It's so funny you asked that. I've been fucking with Atlanta music before I went out there.
Nice.
So it was crazy.
What time-ish was that?
Me and my boys started listening to, like, Gucci and Soulja. Like, I'm talking, like, grade 7. You know what I mean? So early. Before anybody else around us was, we were bumping, like, Jeezy, Gucci, like, trap, early trap. OJ the Juice Man, all of that. Walker. Like, it was new to us, right? Coming from where we came from. It was either East Coast rap or West Coast rap.
Yes.
So when we heard, like, music from the South, I remember it was YouTube. Remember when it was YouTube and LimeWire and Kazaa and those things? Yeah, so we would go on YouTube and we'd see, like, freestyle. Like, who are these artists? In Canada, the mixtape game wasn't heavy. And then I remember Dat Piff. You remember Dat Piff came out?
Absolutely.
And then we got access to all these mixtapes and we're like, whoa, this is crazy. And that's when Weezy was doing his own thing and freestyling. Remember, I heard Curren. I was messing with Currency before. A lot of people probably don't even recognize. You know what I mean? Legend. Exactly. A lot of people don't even probably recognize Currency was rapping back then with Lil Wayne.
Yo,
like
forever.
First, early.
He's been around for like 20 years, bro.
Dog, I'm telling you. And that he's one of the guys I model my game after. Like, model what I want to do is I'm not looking to do this for like a short-term, quick buck, flip this around. Like, no, I want this to be a career, a steady motion. Because I'm not just doing it. And I tell people all the time, like, you can tell the difference between an artist that is doing it for the money and the fame and XYZ. And you can tell an artist that's doing it for, say, the art and the love of the culture. I love the music culture, especially like hip hop. The one thing I will say I love the most about the new age hip hop is the fact that they don't give a fuck.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? And even if they it's a front, I just like it that you're instilling that in a generation. That you'll just be who you are and it doesn't matter. You don't have to fit a mold. You know what I mean? Because growing up, especially me, as a young black man, they always you always try to fit a certain mold.
Right.
Whether it's for your family, your friends, your community, at school, you know what I mean? Like, I went to the Catholic school. I was in the Catholic school system. So, like, you know, you got to fit a mold. I had to fit a mold everywhere. Football, dealing with coaches. Like, I always had to fit a mold. So, once I started making hip-hop and I realized, like, bro, I can say whatever the fuck I want.
100%, bro. That's the best thing about art in general, man.
Yeah, man. It's just you. It's your expression, self-expression, right? And I feel like art should motivate people to do that themselves. Whatever it is you use to express yourself, do it.
Yep.
Whether it's the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk, whatever. Do that shit. It's you. Don't try to fit no damn mold. Like, nobody gives a fuck.
Real shit, man. When you do your own thing, you know you did your own thing. And
it feels better.
Feeling.
It feels better.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't imagine doing this and trying to fit a mold and not being successful. Like, I can see why some of these guys go crazy. You know what I mean? And because it's like, yo, you never got a chance to be yourself. You had a chance, and you said, nah, I'm gonna fit this mold and do what they say to do, and you didn't get a chance to do your own thing. Like, I'm happy. I've been, for my past 4 years, I've been doing my thing. You know what I mean? I might not be where some other artists are, but I've done a lot, and I'm happy. You know what I mean? I have a good group of people around me. I've met a lot of people on this journey. Like, any interaction I have within this industry, it's weird. A lot of people like me because I'm genuine. You know, I try to make sure that, like, you know, I'm genuine. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And some people don't like that. You know what I mean?
Wild, right?
It's kind of weird to me. Some people, they honestly don't like it. You know what I mean? They would rather you try to fit that mold of a rapper. Like, I have guys even now, like, boys, like, I love them, but stop telling me there's certain rap music that I used to make that I don't like making no more because I feel like I was maybe trying to fit a mold back then.
Okay.
And I realized, like, that's not what I want to do. And I still got guys asking me to make that, like, heavy type of hip hop. I was like, bro, I'm not that. I might look like it, but I ain't scary. Right? If you fuck with me, that's a different story. But, like, you know what I mean? I'm not scary. I'm a good guy. Like, y'all see me, holla at me. Don't be scared. Like, damn, bro, approach me. I know I might not look approachable, but, like, approach me. Shit.
You got a bit of Waka Flocka look.
You know what I mean? But it's alright, though. Like, I've got Waka Flocka, Fat Trail. I remember one man in the gym, bro. I was in the gym one time, bro. No word of a lie. And a man came up to me and said, yo, are you Fat Trail? I was like, nah. And that's when I knew I had to go harder in the gym, bro. But shout out Fat Trail, though, for real.
Shout out Fat Trail.
Like, even that, like, I remember I used to listen to all of, like, the mixtape game was heavy. Heavy when guys like him were out, Kirkle Bangs was out, all of that shit I used to bump. Yeah, bro.
That was a good time.
It was, man. I would call that like the blog era rap.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When blogs, like written blogs, not digital, written blogs were heavy in the game. Heavy.
It's real shit, man. That was a good time for music. I always look back on that time fondly.
It was, man. Yeah. I still, my smoking playlist is filled with that shit.
A lot of classics.
A lot, like what? Cushion Orange Juice to this day is in my top 5. Like, come on, man. There's like, it doesn't make sense.
It's true, bro. And you know what? I like that we kind of came up. What year are you, by the way?
92.
92, 95. So
See,
similar era. And I'm very thankful we came up in that era because a lot of those guys, you know what they had in common?
What?
DIY. They did that shit all on their own. They built their own teams. None of them, they all signed whatever, did the thing, but that was after. Exactly. They got on by themselves, well, with their team. Like.
Exactly. And that's what I kind of model my game after. You know what I mean? Guys like Currency, guys like Nip, R.I.P., Master P. Because that's where obviously you go down the line and you see, all right, where did these guys? How did they do their thing? All right, Nip kind of learned from this person. All right, how did this person do their thing?
Nice.
And that's what it's about, right? You just gotta build that foundation, and that's what a lot of the people don't realize. You know what? I ain't here for a quick time. I'm here for a long time, baby. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
real shit.
I'm here for a long time, so.
I love that talk, man. I have those conversations with myself all the time. Cause I don't know about you, but sometimes you can speed and be like, "Fuck, this is not going, maybe what I would like it to go," and then you realize it actually is. It's just a slow grind.
That's all it is, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everything you're gonna get what you're ready for when you get it. That's just the way it goes. You know what I mean? You can't rush things like that, bro. You make it straight, you can't pull that shit out the oven before it's ready. You know what I mean?
Real shit, man.
So you gotta relax sometimes, and you know what I mean. Embrace. Me and my boys like to say process over product. You know what I mean? Like, if you love the process, you're gonna be straight. You know what I mean? The product will come eventually, but you gotta learn to love that process. Cause you know what I mean? You aiming for the product, you get the product one time, doesn't mean you know the process now.
Trust.
Can you repeat what you're doing? Are you gonna have the energy? Are you gonna have that bandwidth to repeat that process over and over and over again? Maybe not. But if you love that process, it's gonna be the cake in the walk. The product's gonna come.
Exactly. So, it becomes a part of you almost.
Exactly. And that's this right here, hip hop, making music, trying to motivate folks with my story, but trying to create that relatability, reality, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. It's what pushes me to do this. You know what I mean? All of that it pushes me to continue to make this music thing because I love it. I'm not looking for the end product. It'll be cool. Holla at me. If you got the right, you know what I mean, right numbers on the board, holla at me. Sorry. But that doesn't mean at the end of the day, like I would ever stop doing this if that doesn't come. Nah. You know what I mean? And if I'm not doing it, shoot, I'm gonna help somebody else do it. So
well said, bro. Yeah, I like that. So you said you've been in the industry for about 4-ish years.
Yeah.
You seen change in how you maneuver?
100%. I've been weathered by the industry. And that might be why I am where I am when I'm not where I'm not.
Right.
Because how genuine I am. The industry don't like that. Of course not. You know what I mean? So I've heard a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things. And it's changed me. It's changed the way I move in the industry. I used to be the guy that was kind of for everybody with everything, and I still am. But like in the same sense, I need to know your energy, because energies in this industry change real quick.
That's real, bro. Because you can get yourself caught into a situation with someone you don't know as well as you maybe should, and now you're really involved.
Exactly. And that's where this industry gets messed up, where the person you might have met at, say, a show, or the person you might have talked to on the phone previous to something, when you meet them, it's going to be completely different energies. Like, there's a lot of promises given in this industry that aren't fulfilled. Right? And I'm the type of person, I don't think there's anybody out there right now, not one person out there right now, that can say, like, I didn't keep my end of the bargain.
Right.
I try to make sure if my name's on it, like I have pride. Like, straight up, I'll admit, I got some pride. If my name's on it, that shit gotta get done. And it has to get done well. My name can't be dragged through the mud for no reason. Even if I gotta take an L, I don't care. As long as you can't run out here and have my mouth running through the streets that Juice did XYZ or didn't do XYZ. So, yeah. Good
for you, bro. That's a lot, man. That says a lot. I, again, completely completely agree with what you're saying. You know what that's doing, bro? When you're doing that, when you know what you know your name card, you know what you've been, it buys you a good night's sleep, bro.
Exactly. I'm
you
comfortable.
Can sleep well every night. You don't owe anyone shit. They don't owe you shit.
Bro, and that's the thing about it, right? Yeah, some people might owe me shit, but that's alright. Y'all can hold that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need it. Karma works a lot faster.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And when it doesn't, you gotta be careful because it don't miss. Karma don't miss. That's one thing I've realized in my life. So now at my age, it's like, yo, I realize karma is real. Karma is as real as this table. I promise you. So everybody out there doing people dirty that don't think karma is real, boy, she don't miss. She might not get you right now, but she don't miss. So yeah, man, I try to make sure my karma's good. And I get that a lot from people. A lot of people say that, you know me, they like my industry. I have an aura. And I don't know if they're just trying to hustle me for a card reading or like they really mean it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, it's cool, bro.
I think people can definitely see. I think you can tell when someone is doing something for genuine reasons, you know? And I think you can also tell when it's not that way. And that, to me, is like a sixth sense, and that's a blessing to have, bro. Not everyone has it.
Yeah, but that is gained.
It's gained.
It's gained.
It's gained.
You know what I mean? Because when I was first in this industry, I was believing everything everybody was telling me about it. Like, oh, you can do this? Oh, you're the best at this? Oh, here you go. Here's this money. Oh, here, take this money. Oh, you're going to do this? Here, take that. And it's like, bro, where's the outcome? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you're kind of low-key, you're selling part of yourself a lot.
Exactly. So I was just like, yo, you got to realize you got to learn. And that's where the DIY comes from. Just do it yourself, bro. I realize there's a lot of things that you can do yourself. A lot of people don't know this, but like, other than Shadows, this is the first cover art I didn't make.
Sick.
I made all my own cover art. I direct all my videos. I do I lied. I shouldn't say I alone. I either direct or produce or write. I usually always write. I always write my videos. Because like I said, I love storytelling. When I rap, when I create a song, I have a visual in my mind already. Right. Like I know what I want to talk about, but I already know in my head how that's going to be depicted visually. So I can't wait send me the budget, yo. Please. Y'all see the short film. Send me a budget. You guys send me a budget. It don't even have to be for me. I'll keep it above. I love creating so much. I'll do it for somebody else. If you got a budget and you need music videos done, holla at me. I got you. I promise you. You need a rollout done. I know people that can deal with marketing, copyright, all of that. I will help you with creative direction. Holla at me. I love it. Like, I actually love that stuff. So, I do all of it for myself. Me and my boy Addy, shout out Addy, from Vibes Creative Labs. He helps me a lot on the back end too. Like, he keeps me on, because I can tell you one thing one day and then have another idea. Like, yo, let's do this. And he'll put it to me like, nah. And you need those people, you know what I mean?
Balance.
You need that balance. Because like my boy, like, you know, I have guys that I send music to. You know what I mean? But then I always have my boys that I know, like, they'll tell me, like, this ain't it. You know what I mean? My boy Relly, I know for, like, he will tell me, like, for sure, like, nah. And he'll tell me why. You know what I mean? It's not like he'll just say this ain't it. He'll tell me why. I'll be like, nah, I'm not really feeling your flow on this one. I don't like the bars on this one. You know what I mean? Your cadence is off here. But he'll be like, I like this maybe, but this. But if something's good, he'll tell me, like, yo, this is fire.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, you got to make sure you have those real ones in your corner that can steer you in the right direction. As you can see, a lot of big artists don't got that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's real, man, because even when we say the DIY stuff, that doesn't mean just you or just me. It's DIY with some other people around too, you know, and that's huge. That's something I've started to learn recently. Like, yo, build a sick team around you.
And that's the thing. You start off, like, it's kind of like it's like a cycle. And I feel like everybody goes through it as an artist. Like, you come in and you're thinking, like, yeah, everybody's your friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You come in, even in the entertainment industry, you come in and you're thinking everybody's your friend. And then you learn how quick that, nah, it's not that way. Then you think nobody's your friend. I got to do it myself. And then you realize, like, there's some people out there that are my friend.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That are real, and you kind of can't do this yourself. So you need a little bit of a team. So you holler at them. And I feel like every artist I know, like, is at some point in that stage. And I always try to tell the ones that are in the early stage, like, yo, I know it feels good. You know what I mean? You're an artist, you just did a 1-2 performance, and you know what I mean? You're linking up with artists, you're collabing, and you're doing shit. Nice. Keep that energy, just protect it, please. And you know what I mean? It's just, I know so many artists that have started in this game and have felt like they didn't fit a certain bar or a certain lane, and or they've got done dirty and they're just tired of the industry and they've stopped. And it's like, why? You know what I mean? Yeah. Part of it obviously could be you wearing it for the wrong reasons, but two, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, if you really truly love this, don't let anybody stop you from doing it, bro.
Real shit. If you stop, you're guaranteed one result. If you don't stop, there's a lot of results.
Exactly. You never know. You know what I mean? Never know. Like, even with me, like, I realize now, like, people have been talking to me about hosting and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I enjoy doing that stuff.
Hosting events?
Yeah.
That's fine.
You know what I mean? Because I never thought about doing that. You know? I've never been that type of person. But as I've done music, I've come more out my, you know what I mean? Become more who I am. And, you know, I talk a lot of shit. And I like people. Yeah. As much as I like people, but my social battery is not that big. It's like an iPhone 6. That update screwed me up a lot of times. So.
Were you like that as a kid too?
Nah. Yo, as a kid, I had a social battery. I was cool. I was a football guy. I was cool with everybody. Everybody liked me. You know what I mean? Like, I had this social battery. But once I learned, like, that's not who the person I thought I was isn't who I truly was.
Right.
You just start to learn, like, you know what I mean? They didn't really like you. They're like this, or they like being around you, or they like being your friend. You know what I mean? Something I have now, where did I hear it? I heard a term, and I love it. They're like, certain type of friends. They're called just in case friends. So they're friends just in case you make it. They're not really friends. They're just in case, you know, I'll be cool with you. You never know. You have potential. You know what I mean? They're not really friends, but they're just in case friends. And you'll find a lot of those in the industry. You gotta just be able to call them out, point them out. When you see them, keep them at arm's length, and continue to do your thing.
Real shit.
Yeah, bro.
That's a good thing. That's I think a lesson everyone does need to go through.
Yeah.
And it's a hard lesson, but it's very, very important. But I'd rather go through it than be naive, man.
No, exactly. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they live naive, and it's sad, bro. It's like, yo, you just lying to yourself day in and day out. Like, bro, just relax, B. It's alright. Hit the gym, read a book. You know what I mean? Shit. Find something to do with yourself, and you'll be alright, bro. Buck up, you'll be alright, bro. Stop it.
100%.
Yeah, man.
100%. Yo, I was checking your IG and shit like that too.
Yeah.
So you had a food show, or you currently have a food show?
You know what's so crazy is I did that for a rollout. I did that. I said I'm gonna do a cooking show. So I produced a cooking show for my album before Shadow, Spicy 2-piece. Go check that out too. That's fire.
Spicy 2-piece.
Spicy 2-piece. And I kind of just named it that based off of the southern flavoring that album had. Like, I kind of put a lot of my southern roots, like we mentioned, I listen to a lot of trap music and stuff. So I kind of put a lot of that flavoring into that album. A lot of that influence went into that album. So I was like, all right, how can I kind of represent that, symbolize that, by not just saying it plainly? And I was like, all right, Spicy 2-piece or fried chicken spot.
Let's look at that.
Yeah, man. So I did a cooking show, dropped a recipe book. Yeah, bro, it was dope. It was during COVID, so I didn't drop like an actual recipe book. It was like a digital recipe book. I dropped an apron, which sold out.
Oh,
shout out everybody. Shout out.
Apron's a good idea, man.
Yeah, man. That's what I mean. I try to do everything. I love making music, but it's also about the package that you're giving, right? Like, I hope one day, I could score films. If I could be like a fucking like screenwriter, bro, that'd be amazing, bro.
That would be lit.
I would love doing that shit. Y'all, man, if y'all out there looking for screenwriters, creative directors, go look at my YouTube page. That's all me, bro. I'm telling you. I just holla at me, man. Yeah, man.
Let's get it, bro. See that big juice on the credits?
I'm telling you. So, hey, man.
You never know, man. Yo, because when you start creating shit, you learn that, wow, I could really create a ton of different
And that's
shit.
it. And that's all it is. It was when I got to the point where it was like, I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do it myself. I like to do this. I don't give a damn. Like, My first music video, bro, I paid my boy to do it. It took him 3 months to get back the video and tell me that he didn't like what he got. And I told myself I'll never do that again. I will never leave my music videos into the hands of somebody else. So I did my research. I researched. All right, how do you do a music video? All right, you write a script. All right, first you start with a storyboard or treatment. All right, cool. Put all that together. And then you create a shoot schedule. Find your team. What's your team looking at? All right, what's your budget looking at? Okay, cool. Location's coming. All right. Holla at the PO. What do they call it? POC? DOC? Director of Color. I can't remember, bro. Something like that. I know it's not directors. Like DOC, POC, something like that. I'm thinking person of color. I'm tripping. But yeah, I usually holler at whoever it is that's gonna be holding the camera, and we can talk. Like, send them everything. We go back and forth. Like, all right, this is possible. This isn't possible. What kind of lighting you want for this? All right, cool. That's the mood. This is the mood. All right, bless. We can get that done. Cool. And that way, I'm comfortable going into all my video shoots. Right. So, yeah, man, I love that shit.
I like that. When you build experience and stuff, bro, it comes with confidence. It comes with, I could do this, man. I really can do this.
And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people are scared. Let's put it that way. They're scared to do they're scared to do what they really want to do because they're afraid of what people might think. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do what you love. I hollered at you, Nike. I told you that should be your new slogan. Just do what you love. That's it. Don't even just do it. Just do what you love. That's it. Simple. Y'all need a new slogan. I don't want it's dusty.
Trademarked.
Yeah. There we go.
That's hilarious, bro. So one other topic I wanted to touch on, you like anxiety. It seems to be a theme. In your work.
Yeah. No, 100%. And that came once I stopped playing ball. Like, it was just hard for me going through crowds, right? Because you worry now. Because I felt like I had my whole life planned, and then that happened. It was kind of, whoa. Like, it's a shock to the system. So, like, even now sometimes, like, to this day, I still, you know what I mean? I still get in those fits. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, I feel like the walls are closing in. And I just gotta chill, sit back, and be like, bro, you're all right. You know what I mean? You're here. You're breathing. You're all right. You're cool. Chill. But, it takes hard work, bro. I make it seem like it's easy, but it's not. It's not that easy, bro.
It's not easy.
You have those days where it's just like, bro, it's just everything feels like it's going downhill, and then sometimes it takes a day, sometimes it takes 3, sometimes it takes a month, sometimes it takes fucking years, bro. It took me years to get to this point. You know what I mean? Like, I was in a hole for so long, bro, until eventually, like, when I had my son, that helped me. I had a son, so that helped me a lot because it was like, now it's like, all right, you're not living for yourself. So whatever the fuck you're going through is cool. But at the end of the day, like, yo, you got something to live for now. So, you know what I mean? Let's steer some of that energy that way as well. So, he helped me out a lot, man. A lot. So.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. 100%.
I got a question for you. Do you feel like every person alive has anxiety?
I think some people do, but they mask it in some sort of ways. Right? Because, like, you have, like, me, like, I'm, like we mentioned before, I'm high functioning. So, like, I always have to be doing something. Like, I feel uncomfortable. I almost feel, like, worthless if I'm not doing something. Like, you gotta be doing something. And I feel like some people do that. They have it in opposite ways. Like, you have people that will just not do anything at all because they're just worried about what might happen. So it's rather like, yo, well, why should I bother?
Facts. I sorry to interrupt you.
No.
The reason I asked you that question was I think it's great to talk about anxiety and how to deal with it. I feel like we sometimes think like, oh, this person's dealing with anxiety and this person's not. I think we all have it. It's just how we handle it. Exactly. And I liked how you phrased it where it's like, yo, I had to do shit. I've got to work at it. Yeah. It's not easy. 100%. That's the thing, bro. To me, it's like, it's not an easy thing. It's one of the hardest things to deal with in the world. 100%. We all have to deal with it, though. The other option is that we're just fucked by it.
Exactly. Like, to tell you the truth, this music thing helps me a lot. Exactly. Because it helps me be who I am, but also I know, like, yo, I'm not doing this for myself. Like, it might be one person, 2 people, 3 people, 10 people, 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people. I know somebody's gonna be like, yo, bro, Juice is over here saying, yo, keep pushing. Keep having a good day. Just, you're living, you're good. They're gonna be like, all right, I can do this. You know what I mean? Like, bro, if it wasn't for that, like, yo, bro, Bro, there's days I go to the club or I go to an event and I'm in the corner, bro, until it's my turn to come out. Yeah. I don't want to mingle. I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to come here, do my business, get out. You know what I mean? But I recognize why. I'm aware of that. And I know, like, all right, you know what, dog, you're not in the mood right now. So
there's
don't even.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's sometimes you aren't, and sometimes you are. It's just how it is. You know what I mean? But you have some people that deal with that differently. Some people, they feed off of that social exchange. So whether they're feeling down or they're not, they still want to be around people, right? And
yes,
that's just how they deal with their thing.
You're right, bro. We have to find our own way of dealing with it, whatever that is.
Exactly, and just gotta be aware of it, man. That's all it is.
Yeah,
you just gotta take some self-awareness. I don't promote drugs, but take some psychedelics.
Yeah, you fuck with that?
Huh?
You fuck with that?
Listen, psychedelics help. Even there's research on it. It kind of helps you. I like to say it helps you break through that shell, because a lot of people don't realize that they're living in a shell. Because essentially, like, you can talk to somebody right now and like just see that they only live for self. It's like they're living in a first person video game.
Right.
Like, they don't realize that, bro, this is not a world that is centered around you and your experience. Like, this is a mashup of multiple people, multiple experiences, opinions, etc. Like, bro. And there's some people that can't step out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, you gotta realize sometimes.
That's a huge realization.
Exactly. And sometimes, yo, you need a little help with that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I feel like doing that has also helped me get to where I've gotten to. Because I had to realize, like, that's the only way, like, yo, you can realize is once you step out of self and you realize, like, yo, this whole entire thing is not about me. You realize, yo, they don't give a fuck.
Yes.
Everybody's caught up in their own fucking mini reality TV series that they're trying to live in their own head. They don't give a fuck about you. As long as you don't step on their toes and mess up their shoot. You know what I mean?
It's true, bro.
They don't give a damn about what you do, bro. You know what I mean? So they care about you when you're helping them. But if you're against them, then yeah, bro, just live your life. That's all I can say. Live your life. But it's like I said, it takes work to do that. But I feel like everybody, if you keep pushing, you will get to that point.
Exactly, bro. And to sum up that question I asked you, what I was trying to get at is sitting down and doing nothing is not the fucking way.
Oh, no.
Find something to do, and that when I meet people like that, like you, that understand that, I get happy because it's like, yes, like, you get it, you know, gotta move. Like,
yeah, because
gotta do shit.
Like, another cliche, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. If you sitting on your ass every day, what do you expect to change?
Facts.
If you want something you've never had, you got to do something you've never done. You got to get to that point. And if you ain't willing to do it, then, bro, kiss all of that goodbye and just chill then, bro. Don't expect nothing to change because it ain't going to. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm the type of person where it's like, yo, if I want to grow, I want to develop, I got to move. I got to get me stagnant. You know what I mean? So, and that doesn't mean I got to move at 1,000 miles a minute. I just got to keep moving, bro.
Exactly. Slow and steady, man.
Yeah, man. Keep pushing.
Yo, back to the psychedelics talk, though. What, Shrooms?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Shout out Shrooms. I've done one heroic dose, and that was a life-changing experience. Well, not heroic. Technically a heroic dose should be like if you take like a quarter at a time, which is nuts.
What?
I didn't do that. It wasn't a heroic dose. It was a full dose.
Yo, I had a boy that did that and slept.
Yeah, that's
for 24
nuts.
hours.
That's nuts.
They thought he ran away. They're at a cabin, and my boys called me like, "Yo, bro, we don't know where this guy."
That's when it's like you didn't do shrooms. Now you did a lot of shrooms, bro.
I think he told me it was like a quarter or something.
That's a lot.
They said they found him in the homie's parents' bed, just sleeping.
You definitely gotta be careful.
Slept for like a whole day, bro. He was just out.
Nuts, man. Nuts, bro. The right dosage definitely
has
you.
Yeah, bro. I gotta get that. You know what I mean? At 3.5, you'll be alright.
That's
bro.
Exactly what it was. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Crazy, bro.
You call that a heroic?
I called it heroic just for like podcast purposes.
Yes, that's a heroic dose. Yeah, that's a heroic dose.
It's a good dose. It's a good dose.
That's the breakthrough. That's the breakthrough. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I talk to people and they say, yeah, they've done it. What about microdosing? Microdosing is cool.
It's different. It's levels. It's levels.
If you want to definitely step out of self and be able to lose that ego, you You won't need a little something. You won't need a little kick. Trust me.
Facts.
You can go pay somebody for thousands of dollars of therapy or whatever they. I don't know, but yeah.
You say that changed your life?
No, 100%. 100%. And that's the thing about it. I'm not sitting here as like, yo, I do shrooms all the time. Nah, bro. Maybe like 2-3 times in my life.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do it a lot.
You know what I mean? And it's helped me like literally at times when I feel, and that's the thing about it. I make sure I'm in a good place. But even when I'm being in a good place afterwards, I felt like I've worked through so much. And not even worked through it. Just always at the end of it all, the one thing I like is that at the end of the day, yo, you're alright. Like,
real shit.
You're alright. And it shows you that, yo, all of this is not what you think it is. Like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, it shows you what you see is not your reality. Like, it's not their reality or his reality or everybody else's reality. It's just what you're seeing right now, bro. Like, so chill the fuck out.
It can really, really help you.
It can, but you gotta make sure you're in the right place. Yes. I will say that. You have to make sure you're in the right place.
That was one of the times where I've always kind of knew it, but it solidified. Like, yo, your setting is extremely important in life. Like, where you physically are.
Your energies, your environment around you. I'm telling you. And that's one thing, it makes you aware of those type of things.
Yes.
Right. And I became a different person. Like, I got dogs like I haven't seen for a long time, but I still love them. I just can't be around them no more. I can't be around that shit no more. Like, I just know for me, for my kid, like, I can't be around that shit no more.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
It's not helping me.
No.
It might help me monetarily, but it's not really helping me in the long run. It's just fucking me up. Like, it's just putting me in a worse position than I started off in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not the energy I'm vibing with. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's decayed. I ain't rocking with it. So.
Yeah, man. So growing pains.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And that's just the way it is. You gotta just, you know what I mean, move accordingly. So.
Facts, bro. So, with the music right now, do you have are you a guy that gets in the booth and just makes a bunch of shit? Are you someone that's a little more methodical?
It's so funny. When I started making music in like 2015. Yeah. I just didn't release for like 3 years because I was literally working with this engineer, and he literally just had me doing like exercises and shit, literally. So like imagine the Rocky scenes when he's like training and shit. Yep. I'm just in the studio fucking writing hooks in a fucking 30 minutes or writing tracks in an hour type of shit.
That's smart.
It was good. It was dope, and especially with my delivery, we did a lot of exercises that just helped me with my delivery, my performance overall, right? So. Yeah, it was good. So I can do both. But to be honest with you, my favorite way to write music is by myself. Like, I don't want a crew in there. I'd even prefer it if the beat's already made and I can just zone the hell in, write my story, sit down with it, try to connect the dots. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like to pull my shit together, come up with multiple flows, cadences that work together, and then I can start writing the song. But I can do both too. Like, you know what I mean? If I pull up to a studio, you never want to be the artist that pulls up to a studio and they say, let's make some music. And you're like, nah, I can't.
Yeah, you gotta make something happen.
I can always make music. Yep. But what do I prefer? I prefer the team all the time. So,
got you. I like that. 100%. What are you doing right now musically? Like, are you, you have an album coming, you got shit you're trying to...
I'm working on something right now that's going to showcase the two sides of who I am.
Okay.
One side, I know I said earlier I didn't want to give you guys what you guys are looking for, but one side is going to give you guys that what you were looking for. A bit, not too much, just a bit. And then the rest is going to give you what I like. Okay. Like where my roots are. So, yeah. Where the roots of where I like hip hop and where my hip hop roots came from. We're not
with that balance.
Exactly. It's gonna be more of like an art piece. Just put it that way, like an opera in a sense.
Yep.
Just think about a hip hop opera.
I like that. That's hard, bro. I was listening to your music and watching some of your videos. I liked it a lot, and I liked. I keep forgetting the fucking phrase. I asked you what it was like already. Mini movie.
Oh, microfilm.
Microfilm. That was hard.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, bro. That honestly was. I just took that from my experience. that one right there, I would say that was kind of the most vulnerable I was. It's so funny now, even thinking about it. I really did get fired from a job, a warehouse job. I didn't give a shit. Now that I think, like, I did get fired from warehouse job when I came home, but it was just kind of that. Yeah, that's out now. Actually, go check it out. Yeah, YouTube. Go get that. Shadows microfilm. Microfilm. I'm telling you. I thought I have to give this more than just a music video, and I had the money to do it. I got a grant, so I was like, yo, let's get it done. Let's showcase the skill. Let's showcase what we do. Let's get this shit done. And yo, we had the money from Canada Council of the Arts. Shout out them. Factor Canada. Shout out them. And yeah, man, it was dope. It was dope. We got it done.
That's fire.
Shout out Jack, Smiley Boy, and his whole team. They were dope. They were really good at what they did. And I've worked with Jack in the past. Really dope kid. Really, really dope kid. Shout out my boy Addy. Like I told you before, you know what I mean? Always helps it down, always holds it down. Shout out Brittany, the Shea Soiree. She definitely held it down as well. Shout out Tristan too. Big dog. More moves. Always making more moves, fam. Yeah.
Whole team.
Yeah, bro, you know what I mean? And we had to come together. I needed a team to do this, right? I couldn't do it by myself this way.
Yep.
So they helped a lot. So.
Are you someone that kind of mingles in the Toronto scene a little bit? No, you can't keep to yourself.
When you say mingle, what do you mean?
Going out to events, networking.
Oh, I'll do that. Like if I know you, like I'll go to the event.
Okay.
But like I said, remember I told you, like, so I deal with that anxiety. So it's hard for me to kind of go to an event and I don't know it though.
Right.
I'll be the guy like, yo, in the corner, right? Just smoking or like doing this thing. You know what I mean? But I know a lot of people. So it's very rarely I go somewhere and I don't bump into somebody I know, which is cool. But I also don't like to feel clingy. So.
Yeah. It's gotta be natural.
Yeah. So
real shit.
But I have, like I said, I do a lot of events myself. So I always enjoy meeting new people. Or if I go to an event like with my boy or something, I always enjoy meeting new people. It's just hard for me, right?
Yes, it's an effort.
Exactly. Because back in the day when I was before playing ball, I didn't give a fuck. I'd go talk to anybody. It's like, oh, you don't like me? Fuck you. I don't care. But now I'm kind of aware of who I am, and I might be intimidating to some people. So I just keep that aware, and it kind of just sits there sometimes. So I go to events. I'm just chilling, you know. So I'm not a mingler per se.
Gotcha.
But if you see me on road, holler at me. Just say what up. Like, I got no issue with it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
There we go. Friendly out here.
Yeah, no, yo, I listen, and that's what I'm trying to tell folks, yo. I am friendly. I promise y'all, I am so friendly. I don't know what happened, why, you know what I mean? I don't know, like, bro, I don't know what happened. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shoot, I'm friendly, man. Damn, I ain't beat up nobody.
Yo, you know what though, bro? Sometimes that could be a blessing where they're like, oh, you're a nice guy. I thought you were scary. Maybe that does keep some bullshit away. Maybe it is a blessing
because, like I'm telling you, like, yo, I have a big heart, like literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Like, I got a big heart, you know what I mean? So, like, you know, like if I really mess with you and you do me dirty, dog, like, huh.
Facts. I say that because actually a girl I was talking to today, time ago, she's like, man, before I met you, I thought you were kind of mean, and I think it's because like I like kind of just keep to myself a little bit. Like I'm not the loudest guy most of the time. Some people could think of that, oh, he's rude, he's mean, whatever. Yeah. Yo, I thought it was hilarious because I'm like, fam, if you talk to me, I don't think you'll get that vibe. But if someone does think that, I don't mind because yo, keep that shit away. Like,
exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
So it actually could be a blessing. I feel.
It is, bro. It's a blessing in disguise, bro.
Yeah, man. That's funny as fuck.
But I'm friendly, bro. Come on, man. Y'all stop being scared, man.
Yeah, stop being scared.
Yeah, man, stop being scared.
I like to ask different artists that I have in here this question. Are you someone that listens to a lot of different rappers and singers for inspiration, or you kind
of? I don't listen to. It's funny. I don't listen to rap music.
Very common rapper thing to say, bro. Rappers don't listen to rap.
I lied. I do. When I listen to rappers, when I'm in the gym. That's probably the only time I like to listen to rap. Because I hear it in the studio all the fucking time. I make it. You know what I mean? Like, even with my music, if you can tell, like, I'm more spoken word than, like, all of this new rap shit. It's too much. Like, and people don't realize it. Like, it puts you on edge. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like bro, I got heart issues. I can't live on the edge. Like, you know what I mean?
Man, when you hear about shooting ops all day.
I like to be, I don't want to, like, bro, do you, like, sometimes I'll be like, yeah, bro, I don't really got ops. Ain't nobody trying to kill me. I got some people trying to stop my shine, but they're not trying to kill me. You know what I mean? So this music out here got me on the edge. Like, not people like,
thinking I gotta grab the pistol.
Yeah, like, relax, me. I don't, like, relax. You're not that guy no more. Like, chill. So it's just like, you know what? I like to throw on, you know, some old school R&B. I've been listening to lately? Jazz.
Okay.
A lot of jazz.
Jazz is a grown man music.
Soul music. Lo-fi. There's a playlist on Apple, Lo-fi Sunday, bro. If I'm having a bad day, I throw that on. And it's just great. There's a lot of people don't realize, like, your vocal cords are an instrument. And, like, jazz, soul, lo-fi beats, like, they all utilize instruments to make, like, melodies, rhythms. So it's like, bro, why not just, who says you can't listen to a jazz ensemble and find out, oh, shoot, I like that melody.
Absolutely.
And then try to mimic that with your vocal. Right? So, see, I just gave y'all some sauce, see?
That's hard, man. Your voice is an instrument. Real shit.
Yeah, man.
Was someone that you always liked how they used their voice?
Ludacris.
Okay.
100%.
That's a good one.
And it's so funny, is like, yo, that's kind of who I don't want to say mimic, but when I'm rapping, like, yo, I try to be like Ludacris because he's very passionate and he's very cinematic with his voice, the way he carries words and talks like this. Like, it's very cinematic. You gravitate towards it, right? So I would definitely say him 100%.
Shout out Ludacris, bro. Chicken and beer.
I'm telling you, like, that stuff we grew up on. Like, I grew up on that stuff, bro. I love that shit, bro.
Love that shit too, bro. That was good shit. When you came back home from Atlanta, was there a bit of like a culture shock?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you fucked with it out there?
100%. I loved it. Nice. Yo, like, I loved Atlanta, bro. Like, when I went to Atlanta, I was, let's say, 230 pounds. When I came back from Atlanta, I was like 268.
That good southern comfort, man.
I was just eating. I got big as hell, bro. I was just eating, got big as hell. But I love Atlanta. Like, I absolutely love Atlanta.
Yeah. I'd love to go out
culture. That's the thing about it. Like, you see, they like to depict Atlanta as this grungy place where the traps and the guys will shoot. Nah, bro. Like, if you're not out there on that shit, they are some of the friendliest motherfuckers. Especially if you know somebody that they know. Like, bro, you might as well be family. As long as you ain't trying to fuck nobody over and do no crazy shit, they don't care. You know what I mean? They're friendly as hell. I had a hell of a time in Atlanta. All up and down through the hood.
I believe it.
All of it, man. Y'all look where Avondale is. You know what I mean? Avondale Estates. It sits right in the middle of the motherfucking hood. It might not be the hood, but it's, bro. My school was the craziest shit in the world. Like, 2 hallways, swear to God.
That's the one they tore down?
I was a school with 2 floors to 2 hallways.
Nuts.
We had 2 white students in the entire school. 1 white teacher in the entire school.
Did they hold it down?
Oh, yeah, they were cool. They had to be.
Yeah.
They held it down. They were cool. But, yeah, bro, but my school was, like, in a little suburb town in the middle where they just literally just built up like projects and supermarkets and I shouldn't say super, like Walmarts and strip malls and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Different world.
Different world.
I I've never really been to the South, but I've always appreciated the culture out there. I definitely like
it's
that.
Southern
like, hospitality.
Exactly. They say that for a reason. Bro. Yeah. It's real Southern hospitality. As long as you ain't trying to do nobody dirty, they will treat you like family.
Love that.
They'll make sure you're they'll make sure you're fed, they'll make sure you're good, they'll make sure you're happy. You know what I mean? So obviously you have people everywhere that are gonna do you dirty if they know you're not from there. You have people right here in Toronto that are gonna do you hella dirty if they know you ain't from out here. You walk down here Caravan and look like you're a tourist. You go down here Caravan and walk out any hotel room past 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock and see what I want.
Absolutely.
Like there's places everywhere. So of course you're gonna go certain areas and people, you know what I mean? But a majority of people in Atlanta, they are really nice, man.
Shout out Atlanta, man.
Yeah, man. Southern hospitality is real. Even in South Carolina, Greenville, like Florida, that's a completely different world.
Florida's on its own
world. Florida, I got a boy that lives in Tampa. Like Florida is a completely different world. But South in general, Southern hospitality.
Dope. I kind of like that about the States where each, well, I mean, everywhere is like that, but especially in the States because you have so many different like geography in one
condensed
country.
area.
Yeah.
Whereas in Canada, we have like the West, the Midwest, the East Coast, and then Quebec.
Exactly.
But look how big Canada is compared to like the States. It's like, God damn, bro. Midwest, West, North, East, South, East. Like, bro, relax.
Nuts.
Like, you know what I mean? You drive 3 hours in another state in a whole completely different.
Facts. I forget who I was talking to, but it made a good point where it's like a lot of people in the States, their vacations are within the U.S. because there's so many places to go.
People. Like, they go to Florida. They go from New York to Florida. That's their vacation. And that's a huge vacation.
Huge.
Whereas for us, it's like, bro, Vancouver's cool, but it's not a vacation. It's not a vacation destination.
Exactly. Not really.
You know what I mean? We go to Florida and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. But like in America, like I have friends in Atlanta that never left the city. Yeah. Like went through all of high school, bro. RIP to my boy Matt. Like, yo, he never left like the state of Georgia. Oh, he went to Florida. Like he never left the country. Like, bro, like that's crazy. You know what I mean? You got people that grown up and live up and never even left it. Yo, y'all get out y'all goddamn cities, man.
Yeah.
Y'all travel,
see
the world,
bro.
Man.
Especially if you're able to. Like, you're healthy.
I know some of y'all can't.
Yeah.
But get that shit worked out. And travel.
It's awesome, man.
100%. But yeah, man.
Yo, believe it or not, we're at about an hour, bro.
Are we seriously?
Time flies. Time flies when we're having fun.
Damn.
I want to open the floor to you, bro. I want to see... What do you have that you want to plug? Is there anything you want to cover that we haven't? Floor is yours.
All right, I'll plug this real quick. Got an event coming up. Pull up if you're free.
Absolutely.
November 11th at Bar Cathedral. The ticket link should be up next week, but just holler at me and I'll get you one anyways.
Oh, respect, bro.
For sure. I'll get you one.
Bar Cathedral. I've heard of that place.
Bar Cathedral, 54 the Esplanade, November 11th. Doors probably gonna open at 10 p.m., but it's gonna be dope, bro. We're gonna be doing we'll try to do a live mixtape recording.
That's fire.
Yeah, man.
We'll be in that bitch, man.
And then we got a project coming out end of the year, so look out for that. Trying to go 3 for 3 for the year. So yeah, man. Other than that, man, y'all just stay tuned, bro. Follow me at B1G Juice Big Juice. B1G Juice 905 on Twitter, but I talk a lot of shit on Twitter, so if you don't want to hear that, don't
Parental advisory.
If you don't want to follow me and hear that on Twitter, just stay with the Instagram. I'm more, you know what I mean, family friendly on the Instagram. So,
there we go.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to you, bro.
Man,
Big Juice. It's a pleasure, man.
Listen, I really appreciate. Listen. And I remember we were talking before we got on. You were like, "Yeah, do you want to do it?" Nah, bro. Let's just get into it.
Let's just get it.
You know what I mean? Let's just have fun.
I feel like we could go for fucking 3 hours.
We could. I like talking, man. I talk a lot of shit. I tell people all the time, bro. Holla at me. I talk. I love to talk. I got no issue with it. So.
Yo, you got the open door policy here, bro. You ever want to come stop in? More than welcome.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, bro. Shout out all the artists in the city doing their thing. Shout out everyone. Actually, everyone doing their thing.
Yeah.
Whatever field, accounting.
Whatever that, I don't care what you're doing, bro. Anything. You picking up people's trash, I don't give a damn.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you. Straight up. Do that shit. Especially if you love it, do that shit. That's it.
Big facts. Versatile, Vigilante, Big Juice. We're out here, man. Like, subscribe, all that. Let's get it.
Peace.